News 4 Jax starts right now with a breaking news alert.
Horrific, heartbreaking, an attack on humanity. The words used to describe the largest single-day mass shooting in U.S. history.
Leaders all over the country calling for answers, friends and family calling for hope and prayers. And now at 5:30, the latest information and how local communities are coming together to honor the 50 dead and the 53 wounded. We do continue to follow breaking news as of Orlando. As of right now, we know 50 people are dead, another 53 in the hospital after a shooter opened fire on a busy LGBT nightclub.
And we do know that the shooter has been identified as 29-year-old Omar Mateen. His last known residence was in Fort Pierce, which is in South Florida. Investigators say that he drove hours to the nightclub, Pulse Orlando, with 2 guns, an AR-15, a handgun, in the name of ISIS. In fact, the FBI is calling this an act of terrorism.
Investigators say Mateen called police just before the shooting, declaring his allegiance to the terrorist organization. He fired upon over 100 people at this club. He took hostages, and he was later killed in a shootout with police inside of that club. Right now, though, we do want to go over to Bruce. He is in Orlando. He got there yesterday getting the very latest information.
Melanie, I'm hearing from unconfirmed sources that the death toll is expected to rise, that some of those who were hospitalized had wounds that proved fatal. We're working to get more on that information. Meantime, we're hearing from people who knew 29-year-old Omar Mateen, described as a bodybuilder. He was a security guard. And again, the family says, we understand that he pledged his allegiance to ISIS in that 911 call, but he was also filled with hate. They described him as being bigoted. As a matter of fact, his ex-wife said that he was somebody who was hot-tempered and even abusive at times.
When he would get in his tempers, he would express hate toward things, toward everything. At the moments when you would see his emotional instability and turning totally different.
Now you can imagine the scene inside that nightclub when the gunfire erupted. Some people described it as nothing short of being hellish. I want to take you inside right now, and I want you to listen carefully because you will hear gunshots ring out. Can you imagine the anguish, the cries for help, the pain? It took about 3 hours for SWAT to move in and take out the gunman. And the reason is they had to size up the building. They had to size up the situation. But when they went in, people told stories of hiding in bathrooms, hiding under bodies just to save their own lives.
And I also heard something sound like firecrackers. So kind of bring the music down a little bit, and I did it again. I turned the music all the way off. And I hear it again, and then that's when everybody came barreling out to get out and was, you know, jumping over the fences and stuff. And 2 people went underneath my DJ booth. It was a guy and a girl. The guy, he took off, and the girl was down there panicking. So I kind of, you know, told her she needed to be quiet. And as soon as there was a break in the shots, then I kind of just pushed her and said, "Come on, let's go." And we ran out the door, and the cops was having us go around the corner where there was no bullets or anything.
I was by the door. I was with my friend Chris. We were by the door, and we both heard the shots. We both looked at each other like, what the hell is going on? And once people started screaming, my first instinct was to run and just get out. I knew that it wasn't a game anymore, and people weren't joking around. Something was going on, so my first instinct was to just run. I still think that I'm gonna wake up and everything's gonna be normal, but it's not. This is what happened. There is no going back. You can't change the fact of what this guy did. And it's always said that God gives his hardest battles to his strongest people, but he gave his strongest community of heart has helped battle, and we're standing up and we're fighting. 'Cause that's all we can do. All we can do is fight.
A lot of my friends were there, obviously, on a Saturday night. I also have some colleagues and coworkers, some people that I play ball with on the weekends as well that are part of a league. And I also had people that left a little bit early, so the versions of events are a little bit scattered. So I was saddened to learn just about an hour ago, 3 of my friends that I play ball with were also, reported as deceased at this time, and we're still waiting to find out on the rest of us.
I'm about 2 blocks from the Pulse nightclub, and as you go through this neighborhood and you wander the streets of Orlando and you talk to those who know what happened, they say, like so many, they thought this was a nightmare and they'd wake up from the bad dream, but they woke up to find out that it was truly reality. This has touched this community here in Central Florida. It's also touched people as far north as Jacksonville and beyond. A number of vigils are being held, including on the North Bank in Jacksonville. Channel 4's Ashley Harding has that story and joins us live. Ashley.
Yes, a lot of people were there for that vigil. Very heartbreaking. Roughly 500 people, we are told, including followers of Islam, were there as well. They were condemning that violence and truly devastated and heartbroken. I don't know if we're able to show you video at this point, but yes, very sad, very heartbreaking for these individuals as well. Again, they are also condemning the violence. We heard that group singing together. This was at Memorial Park here in Jacksonville at Riverside. But also something I want to talk about is the need to help that is still being felt right here in Jacksonville. Starting in a couple hours, a mobile blood banks will start arriving here at the Hyatt. This is by the firefighters here in Jacksonville. They said this effort is all about helping those affected in Orlando, even though they cannot physically be down there in Orlando. But yesterday we saw a similar response from people right here in Jacksonville. Take a look at this story right here.
If they need it, I was just willing to help. Well, I saw it on your guys' Twitter that they needed donations and
50 lives lost and at least that many more hurt. Only a 2-hour drive away in Orlando. Has Jessica Littlejohn doing what she can to help?
But I do know that as an AB donor, it's universal and it could be used for everybody else.
Littlejohn's AB blood type is universal for donating the plasma. As the nurse preps her arm, the blood flows and the machine begins separating the plasma from the blood. She's inspired by the people waiting behind her.
It gives me hope that the world isn't as dark as it is and people are willing to come together and do great things like this. Earlier, you guys missed it. There was a bunch of people that came by and dropped off food. Someone ordered a bunch of pizzas for everybody.
Littlejohn says that unsuspected surprise has been a relief because she and others have waited in line for hours. But she says that just shows even more of the beautiful, kind side of human nature, even in tragedy.
It tells me that they're not going to ever win because we're just always going to come back together.
And blood donations are still needed. We are told that what they especially need are type O negative, O positive, and AB plasma. And as I mentioned earlier, the Jacksonville firefighters will be here at the Hyatt downtown starting in a couple hours for their own private blood donation. We will be bringing you updates on that process throughout the morning. And to learn more about where you can go to donate in our area, head to our website, news4jax.com. There is a link there. Reporting live, Ashley Harding, Channel 4, the local station.
Ashley, thank you very much. I want to show you a couple of compelling pictures. As you've heard, the 29-year-old gunman Omar Mateen was heavily armed. A couple of pictures that show the types of weapons he was carrying: 2 .23 caliber assault rifles and a 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Now, this next picture shows a police officer's helmet. It's made of Kevlar. This police officer was confronted by Mateen before the mass shooting. He shot at the police officer. See that hole? That's a bullet hole. Had it not been for that helmet, that police officer might not be alive right now. Thankfully, all he suffered was an eye injury, and he is well on the road to recovery. Mel and Jen.
I want to ask you, there are so many cries for help through blood and also through monetary donations. And in fact, in just 13 hours, one organization has raised more than $1 million, but certainly more is needed.
Yes, certainly there are financial donations needed, but it's ironic that you asked me about that because I know Robin, who is a leader in the LGBT community here, and she just texted me and asked me if I'd communicate that the need here in Orlando is food for responders, volunteers, umbrellas for people to hold while they wait in blood bank lines, which down here run as long as 6 hours. I know up in Jacksonville they're as long as 3 hours long. Porta-johns for the people to use who are standing in the blood bank lines, sunscreen because it's the heat and the sunshine is blistering down here, and also pet sitting for victims. And one other note, you do know that the FBI had on 2 occasions gone ahead and investigated 29-year-old Omar Mateen. They closed the investigation because they found nothing substantive. But if somebody knows something that may help take this more about reports that he was tied to ISIS, they can call 1-800-CALL-FBI, Mel and Jen.
And of course, Bruce will continue to join us with live reports throughout the next several hours. In the meantime, we are posting everything that we have gathered, quite frankly, over the last 12, 14 hours on our website, news4jax.com. You can see it. It's right there on the homepage. We have interviewed certainly our crime and safety analyst. You've heard from a former FBI agent. Interviews also with witnesses, who were inside and outside of the club as well.
Yeah, and local people who are responding as well. So news4jax.com, a place for you to get all the information you need. And we'll be right back after the break.